Alright, let's just get right into it. The biggest winners and losers of day 2 of NBA free agency. The losers are the Blazers. The Blazers are a loser not because Dame requested a trade. They are a loser because they're still going to sign Jeremy Grant for 5 years, $160 million, even though the deal can't be formalized until July 6th. So the Blazers can back out of the deal, but they're still going to give Jeremy Grant that contract for some odd reason. The winners are the Cavs, Heat, Bucks, Lakers, Pacers, Hornets, Magic, Nets, Rockets, and Kings. The Cavs are a winner because they got Max Strus in a sign and trade for 4 years, $63 million, and they only had to give up a second-round pick, Jetty Osman, and Lamar Stevens. The Cavs get another guy that is a good shooter from deep in Strus, on top of re-signing Karis LeVert and George Niang yesterday. And Strus is a solid point-of-attack defender and perfectly slides into the starting small forward spot for the Cavs. The Heat are a winner even though they lost Max Strus. Dame requested a trade and told the Blazers he wants to go to the Heat, which makes why they let Gabe Vincent and Max Strus leave in free agency make more sense. And they signed Thomas Bryant for 2 years, $5.4 million. He can be a solid backup center for them. The Bucks are winners because they re-signed Brook Lopez for 2 years, $48 million. He is an important part of their team with his rim protection and him being a good shooter from deep. And the Bucks re-signed Jay Crowder on a 1-year deal. Now the Bucks look ready to be a contender again this season. The Lakers are winners because they re-signed Austin Reeves and D'Lo. Both were crucial for how good the Lakers were last season. With D'Lo, he played very good once he came to the Lakers after the trade deadline, and Reeves was great in the playoffs, sometimes being the Lakers' second best player on offense. And they signed Jackson Hayes, who can be a decent backup big for them. The Pacers are winners because they got Obi Toppin for 2 second-round picks, which is basically nothing. He has shown flashes throughout his career, and now he goes to the Pacers where they will allow him to do more. The Hornets are winners because they re-signed LaMelo to a 5-year designated $260 million contract extension, confirming he is their franchise guy. The Magic are winners because they re-signed Mo Wagner for 2 years, $16 million. He's a solid backup big. The Rockets are winners because even though they traded Ty Washington, KJ Martin, Josh Christopher, and Usman Garuba, they signed Dylan Brooks for 4 years, $80 million, and Jock Landale for 4 years, $32 million. Those contracts look worse than what they are. Landale's contract, only the first year is guaranteed, and Brooks' contract is front-loaded. Brooks is a very good point-of-attack defender and can help the Rockets improve their culture even though he's very inconsistent offensively. Landale, he's a solid backup big that has shown flashes of being a decent shooter from deep, and they traded for Patty Mills and Jeff Green. Both will give the Rockets great veteran leadership, which the Rockets need with how young their core players are. The Clippers are winners because they re-signed Russ for 2 years, $8 million, and he can continue to build on the solid play he was doing after getting to the Clippers post-trade deadline. And the Clippers traded for KJ Martin, and they only had to give up 2 second-round picks. He's still a young player with some potential. He gives them athleticism off the bench, which they lack, and can give them some solid minutes. The Knicks are winners because even though they didn't get much in return for Obi Toppin, they only got 2 second-round picks, which is a bad return for a guy they drafted with the 8th overall pick only a few years ago. They signed Dante DiVincenzo for 4 years, $50 million. I like this signing for the Knicks. DiVincenzo is a good role player. He shot almost 40% from deep last season on 5 attempts a game. He is an okay playmaker, a good point-of-attack defender, and already has chemistry with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, with all of them playing together at Villanova. The Kings are winners because they agreed to a contract renegotiation and extension with Domantas Sabonis for a total of 5 years, $217 million, including $195 million in new money. The Kings locked down Sabonis, who was a big reason the Kings were so successful last season, especially offensively, with how good he was as their offensive hub. And with this contract, the Kings locked down Sabonis for the rest of his prime. Day 2 of free agency was definitely interesting.